Okay, so I've spent the last few days here in Cabo de Gata. Been really nice, good weather. One of the things I have enjoyed here in Cabo de Gata though have been the sunset. It's absolutely fantastic. One of the other things I've managed to do in this beautiful weather is to get some decent walks along the beachfront from Cabo de Gata. The actual beaches though are completely devoid of people. There's no locals, there's no tourists. I'm sure this has all got to do with the COVID pandemic and the restrictions. It's been interesting to walk along and see the small fishing boats and some of the basic housing that presumably the fishermen must live in. I'm assuming that this wooden building is probably where a lot of equipment's kept. In other little wooden shacks along the beachfront you can see the fishermen repairing their nets, something they do on a daily basis. But other than that, really just for kilometres, there's just this walk along the seafront with just nobody about. But it's time to move on. So today I'm going to make my way up to Mazaron. It's about 150 kilometres further east up the coast, but it's been a good stay. So I've arrived in Mazaron and went and got some shopping, some groceries, and tops up with fuel. And then I've come along to a place that I've stopped at a few times, Caneda de Gallego. Whether it's still possible to park here, I'm not sure because of COVID and things like that, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm just about to pull off there and go and have a look. I'm hoping that I might be able to park up down here near the beach. I'll be honest and say at the moment it's not looking too promising. There's obviously quite a few campers on this first part of the beachfront, a bit too close together for me for social distancing, so I'm going to try and make my way to the far end and see what I can find there. my way along the beachfront, hoping to find somewhere a little bit secluded, because obviously with the COVID one wants to keep social distanced. And I think in this next little section I can find somewhere to park up. Nice view, not perfect as far as parking is concerned, but it's okay. Do me for a night or two. There we go. So for the last couple of nights I've been here at near Mazaron, right on the beach. If I quickly turn the camera around, you can see I'm literally on the beach. There's the sea. Unfortunately that's into the sun, so you're not going to see it very well. But yeah, it's been a good stop, but there's been problems now because of the COVID. England itself has had a lot of changes, and lockdowns are coming back in, if not already been put in over the weekend. And Spain's much the same. In fact, over this weekend, which is one of the public holidays, they've introduced some selective lockdowns from the various regions. So it means that people living in certain regions can't leave, or people can't enter. So that's making travelling a bit more difficult. So I've decided that I'm going to try and get back down into Andalusia, because I think once I'm in Andalusia, even if I'm stuck in there, in that region, there's lots to see and lots to do, and lots of places to park up. So I think that's going to be the best thing to do. Also, I've got some friends that are staying in a campsite down in Andalusia near Mojaca, and so I'd like to go and pop in and see them, maybe spend a few days there actually. And then I've got other friends that are actually coming down from England. They've just arrived in Spain but are up in Valencia. Now I don't know whether they're going to be able to travel freely down towards Andalusia or not. Keep in touch, and if they are, it'd be good to meet up with them. But it's just on a day-by-day basis with the COVID thing. I mean, there's so many new cases that are being reported. The death toll is not going up quite as much as I think people anticipated, but certainly the number of cases is, and that's making life difficult for lots of European countries. So I'm glad really that I'm down here in Spain. At least I've got decent weather, not cooped up in the cold and the damp of the UK, having to sort of self-isolate or keep within the van. So lucky from that point of view. So away we go. Let's hope we can get into Andalusia without too many problems. Fingers crossed. Okay, so I did just get stopped in a police checkpoint, and basically what they're saying is that I can't go to where I'd like to go. I can only stay in and around the Agulhas area, which I find a little strange because that's on the coast. I explained I was trying to get to a camping site a little bit further away, and he said no, he said you can only go around Agulhas. So he's let me come forward. I just have to see if I get stopped again a little bit down the road. I shall obviously keep trying, but I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Okay, so that was my second police stop for this morning. Basically they were also saying that I can't really go any further, but I tried to explain that I was going to a campsite further down the road, and then I booked there for the whole of November. And in the end he just said, oh, go. So I'm now crossed into Andalusia. So the fact that I'm now in the Andalusia region, I should be good to stay. That was obviously the if you like, the border between Andalusia and Murcia region. So now that I've crossed that and got into this different region, fingers crossed,
that I shouldn't have any more problems. I'm certainly hoping that's the case anyway. We shall see.
So I've just arrived at the campsite and we just have to see how things go from here. Fingers crossed everything turns out well. The adventure continues.